1, 2, 3, 4.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, the big dick is here. Get ready. May we start?
What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to another Tasty Tuesdays talk. I'm Zbrah, and today on the show, I have Mr. Dope Stilo.
Yo!
What's up, Dope Stilo?
Yo! What's going on, Z-Man Zbrah?
What's up? How you been?
Man, I've been really good. It's been a really, it's been a crazy ride, you know? Just enjoying life. Rocking right now.
Rocking.
Rocking.
All right.
Learning, innovating.
Evolving. Creating.
You know.
So let's give an introduction to Dope Stilo. Who is he?
Yo, so I'm Dope Stilo. 15 years, 500 songs, original music. I'm using the Metaverse right now to, really tighten up the community and get everyone to like run together and create art online. Even though we're like 1,000 miles away, we're making music on the in the Metaverse, quote unquote, and meeting people, exchanging ideas, working on flyers, working on roadmaps. Stuff like that. So the Dope Stilo Music Club is in full effect. It's pretty cool.
All right, so let's discuss a little bit about what your music is first. Like what kind of genre, what style? It's 1,500 songs, so
yeah, 500 songs, 15 years.
Oh, 15 years.
Yeah,
well,
and
be 1,500 soon.
Yeah, exactly. And pretty much like. Sorry about that.
Vibrate.
Yeah, sorry. So pretty much it's just like I'm a singer, I'm a surfer, I'm a producer, and I'm a musician.
In that order?
Yeah, and I'm a sound engineer. I love music. I love finding that I found music in my life, and I'm pretty much an overall music man, and and I like business. So I like everything. I don't know. I love life. So I'm just here and. Pretty much the genre I'm attacking right now, if I wanted to, get into the system, it'd be the Latin market. I'm a Latin singer right now.
Where are you from?
I'm from Venezuela, South America, and I came here when I was 9 with my mother. And first we went to Canada when I was 5, LA 9, and then ever since just been in LA. In LA, I was skating. I skateboarded on here, and I was thinking about how much LA taught me. I'm like, damn, LA really taught me a lot. So, like it's been a long road and a big fight. It's been amazing, just creating and learning. And, it feels like a fight because, there's so many other artists out there trying to make a name and so many different strategies and so much going on. So, I'm just thinking about how much LA taught me. It's pretty cool.
Like, what are some of the things?
Well, I was thinking about like the industries here, and I've met a lot of people in the industry, and I've gotten to see, learn a lot. And
I'm sure you know who's fake and who's real, right? Because the town has a melting pot of all sorts of people, promising and
I mean, with that being said, business is business. So you can kind of like eliminate that with like being straightforward in the beginning. And when people, when things aren't very straightforward in the beginning, it's kind of like a sign, like, hey, like this needs to be taken a bit more serious. So,
but some people don't have that intuition,
right? That's what you learn here.
Yeah.
So after being here in LA, you learn that. You know
who's full of shit.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people in the world are. There's scammers everywhere.
Yes.
There's everything everywhere. Hustle. Like
they're hustling, different way, but hustling. Yeah.
So It's crazy, but that being said, being in such a city where there's a lot of money moving, a lot of creativity, a lot of people doing photo shoots, video shoots, actors, actresses, going to auditions and stuff. So it's like there's a lot of people moving, and I was thinking the other day, like with the whole metaverse, I've gotten to meet a lot of people around the world, and they're talking about how like when you're from somewhere, you're very comfortable and more inclined to say hello to everybody. But in LA, like it's very rare to find people from here, so no one says hello to each other.
You think that's the reason why?
Yeah, I think so. Because when
you think it's so culturally diverse that people don't feel comfortable with one another.
Well, it's not that. It's like, it's like being in a place that you're not from. You're kind of like, you're not comfortable all the way. So if I moved to Canada and I was walking around the neighborhood, I'd be less inclined to say hello to my neighbors. But if there's like all 8 Canadians and they all were from there, they all say hi to each other, they're going to say hi to me because they're comfortable. And it's like this subconscious dominant, like, hey, I'm from here. Like, who are you?
I kind of like when I travel, it's easy to meet people. People are like so friendly.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you're out of town and...
Yeah. Well, you have a different bravado.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm free almost,
But you're exactly right. Out here, for people that don't know or haven't been to LA, or live here, people don't say hello when you're walking down the street.
Yeah.
They avoid eye contact.
Totally.
Which I always found that kind of odd for some reason. But I think to a certain extent, you are right. It's so many different people, and I think different cultures too. Because some cultures they don't say hello.
Right. The cool like grandmas, like when I'm at the beach surfing, whatever, hanging out, like the cool grandmas, the locals, they say hello. They walk by, they're like, "Hello, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Well, it's interesting when I like jog outside or whatnot. So like in the mornings. I notice on the weekend, people are more inclined to say hello, good morning. But during the week, it's not so much. But to give you a quick story, there was this one neighbor. I think he's the landlord of the building next door to mine. And for the longest time, he just has that face that looks grumpy. It's just like stern and straight face. And I'm like, oh, it's, and I don't see him ever talking to people. He's just working in the lawn and whatnot. And one day, I think I had a couple of drinks in me. I just went up to him, started talking to him, and he was the nicest guy. And ever since then, every time I see him, I say hello, and he's like, hello. But I think you just got to say hello to the person. And I've noticed that when I say hello to some people, they'll acknowledge it. Some people don't. But with the ones that do, they're like kind of shocked. Like, oh, hi.
Yeah. On my way here, I was skating up, and I saw a guy on the bird scooters, the scooters, and I gave him the peace sign because I was like, he looks like he's on the grind, some like Hollywood grind on Wilcox and Highland or whatever, Wilcox and like a Hollywood Boulevard or Cahuenga, and so I just gave him the peace sign. He's like, "What up?" You can tell when people are on your same vibes. So I incline everyone to say what up to everyone.
For the most part, people want to talk to people. They totally. Like that, it brightens their day a little bit.
That's what we're made for.
Yeah. So you said you're getting into the metaverse. Myself, I'm still kind of clueless about all of it. And you're the man because you've been You went, first. When did you start? Did you start getting into it right away when you start hearing about it, and did you do a lot of research?
So I was a little late, and what it came from was like the NFT game. So like I heard about the NFT game like a year ago, last May, and I checked it out, and I saw things like moving different. I didn't understand like you could like put music to it or what exactly was. Then like December came and Mark Zuckerberg like at the end of October, he made an announcement of like the whole Facebook switch to Meta.
Meta, yeah.
And so that made like all these metaverse lands skyrocket in price. So, and it brought up the fact of the metaverse. And it made me realize that it's actually a lot closer than we think. And so I checked it out, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. There's festivals going on in Decentraland. Like Paris Hilton is having like DJ parties, and she's like, it's so funny. Her avatar, it's like in real life, like she's running around and everyone chases her and they try and take selfies.
They're like paparazzi.
I swear, like it's really funny. Like she probably loves it. She's probably at the home like, oh my God, like a game, like, oh my God, They just keep following me. They keep following me. So I thought it was pretty funny, but so I saw that there was stuff going down in this place called Decentraland, and Decentraland is kind of like a Lego block type of like graphic, it's kind of pixelated, but it has the structure of like, hey, meet me at these coordinates, it's like -2 and 21, +4 and -11. And these coordinates are, have different amounts of traffic, and the more traffic, the more the price the land is worth, and people can just stop in like a gallery or a store, and a lot of these companies, they're using it right now as an extension for their brand to like connect with you.
Is it connecting or advertising or a little bit of?
It's experience. It's brand experience. So like you go to like the Nike store, you feel the Nike like brand. The aesthetics, it smells different. It's cold.
Smell? How do you smell it?
For me, it just smells like new clothes. that new clothes.
How do you smell it if you are in the digital world?
Oh, well, that's like it's more aesthetic. It's eyes. It's like you look and you feel, and like the lighting and the people in the community. So like you can. I'm not really familiar with Decentraland. I haven't really partied that much in there, but I've seen YouTube like festivals. And right now, even like every day, there's a whole place you can go. There's a set list for the week. Everybody commits to that time. DJ Z-Man zbrah shows up at 11:30 and spins for an hour. Dope Stilo shows up at 12:30, spins for an hour. And it's like, maybe they made a commitment with this guy. Hey, yeah, I'll show up for the whole week, and I'll perform in your metaverse and create a consistent show. And then you create a new set list for the next week. And now you have these festivals and hey, we can go check out music right now. You want to go check out a DJ spin? Boom. There's like a VIP, and maybe like, to be in the VIP, you need certain things, and like you have to pay more money, which makes it more exclusive.
So you have to pay money to some of these, or events.
Right.
Whether it's in
some events are
event or a festival.
Right.
So,
but some are free. Maybe some have. There's a whole marketing.
And this
strategy.
is everything that runs through the blockchain.
Yeah. So the land, yes, the land, right? And the purchases for like wearables and all that, yes, it's on a blockchain. But like every metaverse has their own rules. So like, there's one called the Sandbox.
Yeah, that's like one of the most popular ones, right?
Ish, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard
top 5.
Okay,
sure.
For someone that doesn't know, I know about Sandbox.
Yeah, like there's
because they went. What I was reading, it was like very low in price, and then it skyrocketed. It was one. I think it's the number one gainer the last year.
I believe so. Yeah, and to make in-app. Like to build in there, you have to like only buy in there. Like they have a very like economy where you have to stay in there. Where like in other metaverses, you can buy like 3D objects and just drag them in, import them, and boom, you have a car in your metaverse. And like I said, like people get kind of like quote like techie about the metaverse. They say, well, a true metaverse is when you strap in, and it's this thing that we're not even there yet. But we're that's called like the real metaverse. It's like very virtual reality. Like VR? You're strapped in. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have your VR headset and you are your avatar, and
right.
How do you even, it's like, for example, real quick, like say you are in VR. How do you, you still have a controller?
So yeah, you do. You have two joysticks.
Okay.
And,
so it's kind of almost like a Nintendo Wii.
If you want to pick something up, right? Yeah. If you want to pick something up, you got to like go to it and then push the button.
Okay.
And then if you want to like throw it, you would throw it and let go, like when you would let go in real life of the button. And then that would propel scientifically like pretty accurately.
So eventually down the road, it'll just be hooked up and your brain will be controlling everything.
Yeah, I think like you can hook up anywhere and go anywhere.
Well, I'm just saying,
so,
like
you and me, we would go get pizza and be like, oh wait, hey, let's go check out a deep house DJ. He's playing right now. So we'd strap into our glasses or something, and we'd go there. And even though we're at the pizza spot eating, and it's like you can go there anytime. So like something like that happened with businesses and how they needed to adapt. Web 1 was like they needed to get a website. Everyone's like, a website, what's that? We have the yellow pages. We have the directory.
Yeah, you're talking about internet.
Right. And then Web 2 came, all the businesses needed social media, and then they came running and adapting. So then Web 3 is the metaverse where it's interact and it's like read, write, and own.
Okay, so what if one doesn't have the income to have a VR system? How would one join?
So that's another like misconception is you don't need a VR.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go and there's links now. Twitter has a sick metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically it's called Twitter Spaces, and it's very basic, but it's like Clubhouse, but like you can like look up information in real time. You can have a jumbotron, post stuff up. People go up and they like some people will host a show about how to like perfect your elevator pitch. And so
your elevator pitch?
Yeah. And so like for me, like I was in one this morning at like 5 a.m. called the Mongoose Club. And like I go in there and there's a couple guys, one guy, he's, one guy, a co-host, he's like a Bored Ape ex-holder. Like he bought a Bored Ape and so he obviously knows because he's been in the NFT game. So then you have the other co-host and he's like an up-and-coming engineer. And he has an NFT project coming out, but he's in there to, have his roots strong when his project is ready. And then you have the host, and his name is Mongoose, and he just helps you perfect your pitch. So you have like 100 people just listening to you and your project.
Oh, so it's like a seminar or something where you'd go and listen to someone's business advice or... Yeah,
but it's like very, very interactive. Literally, it's a service what they're doing.
They do like a Q&A.
They're helping you. They're like, okay, like so I see your link tree and your link tree should be more organized. Or your price point might be a little, I understand that but maybe you can bring your price point down and build more community or, et cetera. But they're very respectful, very cool. And so like there's stuff like that all the time. There's a lot of things going on that we don't know about.
But I don't get why.
So I'm tying this in with the metaverse and like not needing a VR is like there's a lot of places you can go and there's a lot of communities that you can like be a part of and you don't need anything.
So you don't even need an avatar.
No, you can. They'll just give you like a like a robot. Or a blank face.
But everyone has an avatar though, like to something.
Right. Yeah.
So, but I don't get it. Like, so is it chat, like through chatting, like typing, or
it's like vocal, audio, and webcam if you want, and then you can share screens. So there's one called there's Decentraland, there's Sandbox. You have to pay. You have to buy these lands. But there's also places that are like platforms. Like
you have to buy these lands to do what?
You have to buy the land, and you get a digital certificate that you own this plot
so you
land.
can do whatever you want with it.
Right. And it's online in like, in their platform, you have a certificate that you own this.
Mm-hmm. And this is an investment as well, so it should go up in price.
Right. And it's kind of like a play to earn game where like you play a game and like, like if I get a skin in Call of Duty, it's gone. you know? But like in this, if I buy a skin for my avatar, I can sell it. So that's the whole change of the block game and like play to earn gaming, play to earn gaming. So it's the same kind of idea. And with this, it's like people made a business in this whole world. You know, you can come in, you can buy in a gallery you can buy a piece of art on the wall, connected to.
But I don't get it. Like, is it just all right for someone that likes being with people, like in person? I understand this. Makes it able for anyone around the world can join in. Is that reason why, to be more like broad and to have a wider audience, so anyone can tune in? It's not like, okay, we have an event in Los Angeles and only those people at Los Angeles at 8 p.m. on Tuesday can show up.
Yeah. That's like a huge benefit, is like anyone can join from anywhere. And they're usually pretty like-minded, because everybody in like the Web3 NFT community, they're very like open-minded. You know, they're positive. They want to help you, you know. And so everyone in these metaverses that kind of have, because of it's so early, these people have like a different mindset. And it's usually like it's very helpful, communal. And everyone gives back. Everyone shares knowledge, you know, where like kind of Web 2 was like very manipulative, like gatekeeping, you know, like you have to like pry for information, you know, and there's like a long line of people to, you know, get a record deal or a loan from a record company, etc. You know.
So what kind of people would you say are
like,
involved in this or go to these events that you're meeting virtually?
Literally from everywhere. Like I've met amazing people from Canada. Like I've met people from India. I've met people from Taiwan, Malaysia.
What do you say? I mean, you don't know how old they are, but what would you say the age range? Are they younger?
Between 20 and 50.
I'm assuming 50-year-olds.
Yeah, between 20 and 60, I would say. Yeah, there's a lot of experienced people as well. Like one of my homegirls on there, her name's Pixel Girl. She was originally involved with like PlayStation and Sony and, you know, coding. And she was originally involved with like a lot of early things, you know? And she's like she's a pioneer in progressing like, you know, different platforms to be able to have better tools for the people creating in it. You know, so it's cool. Yeah, we're working on some collaboration, hopefully, where we can do a concert and do some charities in the metaverse. Where I could throw, I throw shows in the metaverse, and I get artists together and build set lists with my experience of like Dope Stilo. You know, we have like 15 artists that I've produced for and like made songs for and like performed with. I've, you know, tagged them into the performance, you know, so like I'll perform, then one of them comes up, then I perform, then another one comes up, you know, and it's really cool. So I'm kind of translating that experience into this metaverse. And so I'm like doing these shows in the metaverse and, you know, building a really cool energy. And then like maybe we can use that for good, you know, and like doing charity concerts, like brand exposure and stuff, like, you know, just pretty much trying to grow and like do things. I'm getting a lot of tweets and stuff like, hey man, thanks for taking me to my first concert in the metaverse, you know. And we have like a merch store in there, and we have
You're talking about your Dope Stilo metaverse.
Yeah. And we have a merch store in there with QR codes. You know, you screenshot it, they tap the screen, they like buy it on their way out, you know, and they're like, hey, I had a great time. This was epic, you know, and it's different. It's a nostalgia. I did that, you know, because I've had a lot of like tours. I give people a lot of tours. I tell them, you know, I show them what I'm doing, and a lot of people are really curious. So it's pretty cool. I did that video just to kind of eliminate that, you know, right off the bat.
Yeah. So how did you design that? I mean, did you just do that yourself?
Yeah. There's an extension called Loom, and you could screen record. So I just basically this metaverse is a URL based, and you ask like, okay, how many metaverses are there going to be? You know, it's like infinite. You know, it's like websites.
How many are there now?
A lot.
Yeah.
Right. And how many metaverse companies or how many metaverses? And metaverses, like there's so many people. Like I met someone the other day, they that was in a host from a room, and they were like, yeah, come check out my spot, you know, and they sent me a link, and I went. They had a pitch, they had like a forklift. They had like a Stonehenge statue. They had a dope DJ set. That was his art on the wall. And like really dope music playing. So he bought that music. It was NFT music. It was an NFT forklift, an NFT Stonehenge statue. So he literally purchased these 3D assets. They're going to be like very high in demand soon.
And he's going to sell them.
And he could sell them if he wanted to, because they're made by a certain designer.
Yeah.
So, it's like on a 3D artist is real, it's a real deal.
But it's like, my whole thing is too, I'm like wondering, it seems like, because more of a business, plan, because if you purchase all these things, it's not like, I feel like with NFTs and whatnot, people are not, the art comes second. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they buy it and they can flip it and make a lot of money off of it.
Yeah. So what comes first before that is the community, though. Mm-hmm. So it's not like some imaginary.
You're telling me the community, like you said, open mind. They're really into Metaverse, digital world.
Yeah.
Everyone loves the community. They like being involved and.
Yeah. I don't want to go. Yeah. Like Bored Ape. Mm-hmm. Like Bored Apes. Like if you own a Bored Ape, do you know that you own the intellectual property rights for that art?
Yeah.
So you can create your own restaurant. You can create your own shirts. You can create your own brand from that ape.
And the special edition you have.
That you have, right? And you can do so many things, and you own that. Like, what if they start animating it? What if it becomes a show? Mm-hmm. What if it becomes a movie? What if they have an animated Bored Ape movie? And it's funny and Logan Paul, is in it, like you never know. Like this thing is huge. And like, it's about the way that they built it, the community up,
Yeah.
And when you do that, right, nobody wants to get rid of it. And that's what's going on. So,
but it's that by then it'd be worth a lot of money. So, very profitable for you.
Yeah.
To sell it because someone else is going to want to buy an investment for them.
Yeah. And it's a crazy world. You got to actually be really safe. It's like the Wild Wild West. So that is a reminder to everybody.
Like, what do you mean?
There's a lot of hacking.
Okay.
A lot of
makes sense.
Phishing, malware, but a bunch of stuff. Like
it's like going on a porn website.
Yeah, like you cannot type in.
Got a virus.
Yeah, like don't type in MetaMask on Twitter.
Why?
Because you'll get like a bunch of bots asking you.
Why would you want to type in MetaMask in the first place?
You'll be like, hey, I need help. Hey, Z-Man, I need help with my my MetaMask wallet, how to set it up. You're going to get like a bunch of bots sending you links going, support, and you'll click on that. But really what that does is give them access to your wallet, and then they clean you out.
Oh.
And then they sell it or whatever. But, so you have to be super, super, super careful because it's not like it's so new,
mm-hmm.
And so no one knows what's really going on right now.
Well, I told you about that. The woman that got raped.
You did tell me about that.
Did you read that article?
You did tell me about that, yeah.
It's obviously serious, but basically she said, and she's not the only one, but there's been a few women that said they've been sexually harassed, but it's basically the guys are like doing weird, hand movements toward the avatar, mm-hmm. and they're saying things too that make her feel uncomfortable. Right. And then like I remember reading about it, and they're like, "Why didn't you just take it off?" I'm like, "I was just feeling it out," and she's like, "I eventually did, but." During the period I wasn't, they were doing all this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
how is that?
So here's what
there are fights in the metaverse?
Yeah, so when you have a VR headset, mm-hmm. you have like more control. So you can like pick up a bottle, throw the bottle. Yeah,
you're telling me like the controls.
But if you are in a lot of these metaverses, they're URL based too. So you can have a VR headset, you can go on the computer, you can go on the phone. And when in our metaverse, our club, like we have parties and stuff, and and even when I have meetings, like you give people their space. You kind of like if your avatar is too close to them, you kind of feel it. It's really weird.
Explain that again.
So like if I have a meeting with somebody,
uh-huh.
And if it's a guy or a girl, it doesn't matter. It's like I can't put my face next to their face, it's like it's kind of like disrespectful. It's kind of it's like I don't know, you just feel weird, you know? Like,
you can't put your face.
Like, sure, it might be an error. Like, oh, I pushed, you know, I'm too close and I got to back up. But like, what if you just stay there, you know? And then what if you start saying stuff like, oh, like, you're so sexy, you know? Like, that is disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know, because
your
it's a
avatar.
phone call. You're on a phone call, but it's like an extension.
Would be like, have you been working out? Your avatar looks a little, your biceps.
And, you know, so it is, you know, there is another layer to it.
Well, I mean, there's probably a kinky side to the metaverse too.
Totally.
Yeah. You know, we're going to Germany.
No, absolutely. There's a lot of crazy stuff, man. It's crazy. But going back to like the Dope Stilo Music Club, like we're killing it. We're having sick shows. We're like making such connects, you know? Like,
what is your ultimate goal out of it? Like, I know you like the community, but is there money besides like, you know, selling merch and doing stuff for Dope Stilo? But what's the business part of it? So if there is,
like I don't want to, you know. I think like there's this digital world and then there's the real world. But I think the real world is living in a hybrid of that. So like, you know, you have the real world, you have your real life and you have your metaverse. And the goal from this is to merge that together. I throw a weekly event called MetaFest, you know, and we have art. We have stand-up comedian, this girl, Big Marks, Tiny Marks, so dope. We have bassist music, me. We show up every Wednesday. We perform at and then we go to an art gallery and check out like other artists that, you know, we curated this gallery and all these avatars follow and mob over. And then we start playing piano. And this girl, Ali Bianchi, she starts playing piano.
Okay.
And singing like incredibly. And we're just looking at art. And we're like, wow. And then the artists that are there that went to the festival, they go to, they show up to this to present their work. And I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitter. And it's a really nice replay value, you know, to like look back and experience. It's a real experience. So the
replay value,
like you go on Twitter, right? I'll take a shower and I'll check out the whole festival from start to beginning again, you know. And I'm like, wow, that was cool, you know. And it's like 3 hours long, you know. And I'll just leave it on in the morning. The music's good, the performances are dope, you know. Like different DJs from Taiwan, the DJ from Texas. Artists from the Bay, artists from Washington, a stand-up comedian, you know, like artists from Hawaii. Like it's incredible what we've done. And so we've just been having high-quality music, really amazing experiences, dope like events, you know, MetaFest. Now I have a weekly schedule. So Mondays I do the house party. So I made a little like clubhouse where you can come and we everyone does a song-on-song thing. And we have a dope spot. It's like, you know, really cool little secret parties. Tuesday we have I have a show with this girl and we like just stream it and stuff and you know it's and interact in this metaverse. And then on Wednesday we do the MetaFest. Thursday we do another event. I can't remember, but Friday we do the recording lab where I make a beat. You know, people can come in and, you know, and like if they're there and they're committed, like, and they're passionate and they're good, like they want to do it, you know, I tell them, they start writing, you know, they start writing to the beat. And then, you know, like last 2 days ago, I made a beat. I sent it out to the community. A couple, like 5 people came in, you know, some more came in, said what's up and left. But 3-4 people stayed and like they helped me finish the verse. They help, you know, and et cetera. But with my other friends, we, you know, do flyers and roadmaps and work together and talk. And it's basically like the new way to work, you know?
So it's just networking then, or?
Yeah, it's networking, but like, and it's definitely not playing around. Like everyone has a goal. And
so what is the goal?
The goal is just to elevate your NFT project. Like these people believe in NFTs, like this NFT community, they know what this is, what's going on. And they're like, okay, how can I do this and do this now? Because I know that it's going to be bigger. Let me plant a seed. So everyone's kind of learning from each other. You know, they come to the shows. They're like, I want to perform. I'm like, okay, like come next week. Let's do a sound check. Or they're like, oh, I have art. I'm like, hey, put your art up in the art gallery.
So are they performing live?
Yeah, live. So they'll play the beat, kind of like, you know, and then they'll just start singing into their mic at home. They usually have like an iRig or like a Yamaha blogger mixer that's compatible for like a phone or a laptop or a computer, and it's amazing. It's seriously amazing what's going on. So. Yeah, the Dope Stilo Music Club, like the Metaverses, like the clubhouse is where we have parties, events, festivities. I have a recording lab. That's where all the recording and like the production goes down. And I'm building a coffee shop and then another little like intimate gallery where I can have like everyone's gallery, everyone's like art or music and have little shows, but like coffee shop style.
Are you making money off of this?
Yeah, I mean, I sold I sold some NFTs. As far as music,
NFTs that you made?
Yeah.
Like, was it artwork or, I mean, what type of artwork?
So I made NFTs.
Music?
Yeah, I made music NFTs, and basically, like, I started in January, and now.
What's the website that does that?
There's a bunch, but
there's like
the
one
leader is called OpenSea.
OpenSea. What's the one where just like Nas released an album on?
So Nas did one with Royal.io. That's just another company.
Okay.
Yeah, but they presented it really well. And, like, yeah, he gave, like, you know, royalty streaming, you know, from his album. Okay. Or from a song. He made one specific song, and it was to promote his culture, you know, that he's in love with. And you can buy into that.
Yeah, so like for people that don't know, this is just from basic knowledge that I have, that NFTs usually come with some sort of package, right? What the artist can, sometimes more than just the artwork itself.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, honestly, NFT is literally just like a receipt. It's a receipt on the world blockchain, on the blockchain. And there's many blockchains. You know, there's different advantages to different blockchains. But like an NFT, I could literally make a JPEG with, you know, and have it say Dope Stilo on it. And I could sell this NFT and say, if you buy the gold, if you buy the silver, if you buy the bronze JPEG with this verifiable transaction link on the blockchain, if you have a bronze, I'll give you 10 hours of service of consultation. If you buy a silver, I'll give you 20. If you buy a gold, you have 24/7 contact. You know, like, so it's really just an idea. You can do anything you want. But NFT just is a digitally way to verify anything. You can make an NFT of this microphone right here. You know, like you tie it back to physical assets. So
yeah, but if you say like if you do a song, like release a song, like give me an example of what a package would be.
Totally.
And someone you're offering it to the person that's going to buy it.
So right now the NFT space is like really early. So right now, like a song is a lot to digest. You know, people kind of like the way that it's changed my perception on art. It's totally different. It's like instant, and it's like, what is it doing for me right now, and what is it making me look at it like? So for music NFTs, like as a musician, like you're gonna have these eras. You know, the first era is like you're gonna try this strategy, then you're gonna try another strategy, and then you're gonna try a third. And my advice to you is like don't. Like some people give royalty streaming.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, would you give
that is too much?
Too much?
Yeah, like
you can get. What if?
Like, look,
you could give away all your royalties if you wanted, right? As a package,
totally.
But you don't recommend that.
Yeah. So what you can do is like you can create a song. Mm-hmm. You can create royalties for it and say, I'm going to give everyone that has a copy of this 5% for the year. As long as you own it, I'm going to give you 5%. And so you make 10 copies. You have 10 people that own 5% of your song. That's 50%. So you can keep 50. 10 people own a copy of 5% of the other half.
And obviously you'd want to put a head count on that because
you
don't want to give away for 10 people and then you're only getting like 5%.
Well, what it would do is like if you had more people, the people would get less percentages.
Okay.
You know, if you make more additions, you'd have to
lower the percentage of how much they make. Yeah.
So you know, you could do that, but the problem is like with an artist, like if I were to give, you know, if I'm like Z-Man, buy my NFT, I'll give you 5% royalties per year. The money's going to go into my wallet, and then I have to go and distribute that. You know, that's like a really big headache if you scale up, you know, and like, how can you trust somebody as well?
Exactly. And how can you sue them?
Well, you know, to be transparent, you know, if you were to do it right, you'd have to print the reports.
Okay.
You know,
but you're having a contract and all that. And
right. In the metadata, you can put a contract in there. Mm-hmm. And there's different ways to do this whole NFT thing. Like you can go through an OpenSea or whatever, but you can also mint on site. So like you can have your website and people will – Web3 is to connect your wallet to a website and you can purchase on the spot with the currency you have in that digital wallet. And so – the people that are ahead of the game, they're minting on their website right now, live. You know, like, hey, do you want a copy of my song? Go ahead and mint it. It costs this much, and you pay a gas fee, and then you own that NFT. You know, so what I learned for my first, it's funny because my first strategy was, let me do this royalty thing, right? No one really cared, so I was like, okay. So I took him down. I only did 2. I just wanted to test it out. So I took them down.
So you ended the project.
So I made 2 NFTs and I'm like, let's give royalties away. And then I'm like, no one really cared. Like, and obviously I was really new. So I wasn't like, I didn't have a community yet and I wasn't marketing right anyways. Yeah. So then I said, okay, scratch that. So then I said, let me release my whole catalog as a trading card. Every song has like specific bio, this, that. And no one really cared, you know? Like, and so I took a step back and realized that the NFT space, it's too much to consume a whole song, to digest a whole song. This NFT thing isn't about the art. It's not about the song. It's about the person, you know? So like the people that bought my NFTs, it's more of their commitment to me. And these NFTs represent that.
So it's like they're supporting you.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
A Patreon or something.
Absolutely. But on the blockchain. Mm-hmm. And you get royalties forever. I do. I made it. So for every time it sells, I get 10% for life. So like one of the collectors.
So you get 10% from, where does that come from?
From the transaction. Okay. Like if like I sold one for, you know, $150. I put a 10% royalty. So now that person, she has it for sale for like $1,800. She put it for sale for half an ETH. So, and
Ethereum,
and I know her
for people,
right? Have an
Ethereum,
and I know her, right? Obviously, because we made a connection in Twitter Spaces, Metaverse. She's a big collector. She has like a Gary Vee one. Like she has like a really huge collection. But basically, she was, so she put one for sale. She's like, yeah, I believe in you. She's like, I believe in you. And I figured, hey, I'll get rid of this one. I'll flip it, buy another one from you, you know? And she's right, you know? These Polaroids are my first collection. They're like my Genesis collection.
I told you to vibrate.
You know what it is? Is because it's someone that's important.
Okay.
So you know when you bypass notification for like 2 people?
So this is not important.
You know, yeah. Right.
But you're talking about something different. This is not music then.
So
you made another NFT, but it was all Polaroids.
Right. So now I took a step back. I'm like, let me make a music NFT with music to Polaroids.
Oh, okay.
So what I did was I took these. I was looking through my hard drive after this NFT stuff, soaking it all in. I'm like, okay, let me go back and see what kind of abstract pieces I have. You know, because I feel like the NFT game is very abstract right now. They want short, weird, eccentric, but quality and weird, you know? So I looked back and I found that I had printed out some mixes, you know? So then I found these Polaroids, you know? And I'm like, you know what? Let me match these Polaroids with these abstract sounds and make that the NFT. you know, and they're not even full songs, you know, some are like 2 minutes and stuff, but like it's more about the experience, what you really feel like you're buying a piece of me, you know, and these Polaroids are my first Genesis collection. And so they're like, I have 6 left, 2 have been bought. And
how much are these going for?
For 0.035 was the floor price, and now the floor price is 0.05.
What was that conversion?
Which is $150 now.
$150.
And someone already, the one artist, the one collector has one for sale already.
Selling for
half an ETH. And so my goal, I'm like, you know what? Let me sell out these 6 because it'll raise the floor price. You know what I mean? And so that's my goal right now, and that's what I'm using the Metaverse for. I'm using the Metaverse to present the work. I have meetings with people. I give them a tour. You know, it just really embodies the commitment of your art and how much you care about your work. So it's been a blast, dude. And the analytics, everything's been pretty, you know, up. It's been amazing. So for someone that wants to get into it, or someone fresh, I mean, how are you supposed to sell something if you don't have a community? Or a fan base or a following? Yeah. So because you're building up a fan base, right? And a community, all these different things. Yeah. So with Web3, you get like these new set of tools, you know, you get a new way to interact with people. And that's what I'm doing. I'm using these tools right now on stealth mode. I feel like I have a chance to shake the industry up, come up, show my talents, showcase my work. Now people are listening. In Web3, people like actually want to listen to you, you know? And so I'm just having a blast. Like people are listening. I'm growing finally. And I'm like mixing all the things I've learned from this whole road. I'm putting it all together into this final masterpiece, and that's to just like bring people together, make music, collab, and just like see art, like start connecting. So like even this morning I saw a tweet and they're like, hey, who wants to get on this song? Everyone will have different bars. Everyone will have different parts. And I'm like, dang, like they're doing exactly what I already started like last couple days ago, you know? Like, so now another guy is doing it. And, you know, and it's dope to see that, you know? I'm like, wow, look at how art's moving now. And I really believe like these people are at the forefront of it, you know, as far as like being heard and like, you know, and I think it'll naturally raise the level of art and stuff. So it's really interesting, like running to a lot of artists that I've worked with and stuff, and them approaching like their end goal is like Spotify streams and touring and maybe a record deal. And that's not enough for me. You know, like I want to own my music. I want to own my community. I want to own my information. I want to have a recycling, evolving business, you know? So I feel like the Metaverse is of endless possibilities for you to do that. Yeah, dude. And it's just making it broader, and who knows where it's going to go from the Metaverse, right? Dude, yeah, it's crazy. Like because of this, the Metaverse, you know, and Web3 and all that stuff, like because of it, like I am now working with an artist from India, and he's a 3D featured artist from OpenSea. So he's going to do visual art with your music, right? And there's a program called Blender. It's free. Blender. It's free. I've looked into it. So you can make some cool graphics on it. So this guy, he's like a master. Right? He's like a kid, but he's 24, 26, something. Yeah. Malinson Solanki. And he's an OpenSea featured artist. Like they follow him on Instagram. And he does everything through Blender. Yeah, like for OpenSea and Twitter, like they follow him, you know? So, and they posted his work. Like it's a big deal, you know? And so, so basically I heard him in a Twitter space. And I was like, man, this kid's work is dope. I would love to work with him. And so I hit him up in the DM, and we had a chat on WhatsApp from India to my place. I was like 5 a.m, and where I was, it was like 5 p.m. for him. And we started linking up and talking about, you know, let's do this, you know? So he said that, you know, we kind of asked each other a bunch of questions, and we decided to work on a project. So we made 2 one-of-one pieces, original pieces of art with his 3D art and my music. One's called Money Malaria, and the other one's called Futuristic Hope. And we even created a metaverse, a space, a room, a URL link, quote unquote, for this drop. So we're going to have a party. We're going to have it themed around Mars and drop this whole thing. And, so you get the aesthetic, so you could be an artist. You have a Spanish album. Mm-hmm. You can have a Spanish drop for your album in like Spain, like put on a balcony, put on, you can create like a very Spanish vibe for your Spanish album, stuff like that. So it's really crazy what's going on. So working with him on that 3D project, that we're going to release on OpenSea. That's a dope collab. And then like there's so much going on. I don't know if I can talk about it all. Like we're doing MetaWear, like we're creating digital wearables. That's a Dope Stilo Music Club. So like when you see my avatar, I'm going to be rocking that all the time.
Of course.
And, like in the real life.
It's your brand.
Yeah, dude. I love that Dope Stilo Music Club hoodie. It's simple. It's just black and with friggin' white impact font.
How much would that cost?
$30.
0.00.
Yeah, 0.0025, maybe cheaper, if I can, I would actually make it really cheap, like very, very cheap.
So is it easy for anyone to set up a wallet, an account for all this stuff?
Yeah, it's super.
Because you don't need to buy for people that are not really familiar with the blockchain and crypto and all that. You can just put as much money as you have. Like I could put $100 in right now and get $100 of Ether.
Right. And then, but you, like I said, you don't need anything to get involved.
Yeah, but you're just saying, I'm just saying if you want to buy things.
Yeah, like 3 years ago, it was really hard to buy Ethereum, like it was pretty hard. Like you only had like 2 places. Now there's a lot of places.
It's like the Metaverse. There's so many places that offer.
Exactly.
But you can do everything through OpenSea, correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but OpenSea, you have to have a wallet to like run the account. But yeah, like I suggest running a burner wallet. Like don't use your main wallet for everything. Like use a burner wallet for your OpenSea business account. It's the Wild Wild West, so like be really safe. Like,
because you want to have a burner, just have enough in there.
Don't use your main wallet that you go into Decentraland and buy MetaWear or Spatial and buy MetaWear or Meta furniture for your crib or whatever.
Okay,
and you're using that to run your business of NFTs and merch. It's like you're just mixing the pot. Like someone can just come in and sweep you out. So, you have a lot of different wallets for different specific reasons.
So, any other advice that you could give newcomers, novices that are getting into the game?
Like the metaverse is free. Like that's number one. Like you don't have to go and buy land. Like a lot of projects, a lot of people, they're like, yeah, we're gonna build a recording studio in the metaverse. We're gonna have like a record label. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Right now we're building money up to buy land in Sandbox or Decentraland. You don't have to. Like you can go and just start creating like your own virtual gallery on spatial.io.
What you use, right?
I use Spatial. It's dope. And don't be stuck to one either. Like maybe have a couple, kind of nice for different reasons. So like I said, like everyone's gonna need a metaverse to like interact and engage with their community on the ground level because things are changing.
Things are becoming more digital.
Yeah, dude.
People don't want to talk to people anymore.
They do want to talk though.
They want to talk. They don't want to talk in person.
Right. It's because it's just LA. It's LA because no one's from here.
No, I'm not talking about it. But this is worldwide. This is people all around the world.
Well, these people are looking for people to talk to.
Yeah.
And the world is closed off, not open to
it's
this
like a
yet.
more advanced version of the old school chat room in the 90s.
Totally. Absolutely. But the main, like back then, it was just like ASL, but now
exactly.
it's like, yo, like what, dude, I love what you're doing. Yeah. What's your project about? Oh, that's cool. Like, oh, dude, let me see what's going on. Everyone's like very curious, intuitive, inquisitive. Like, I'm telling you, it's an amazing space. Like, and the people are different.
Is it like it reminds me, is it like Sims?
It is. I never played Sims that much, but from what it looked like, yeah. But like
building the cities.
Yeah, it is. Like you kind of, like with Spatial, they give you templates, and you can just like put up all your pictures.
How long did it take you to make the Dope Stilo
to make
location?
To make the whole little
Like,
community.
time-wise?
Yeah, well, to make the whole community, all I did really was decorate it. I just chose these templates from Spatial and I decorated it my way. But I kind of did something different where I kind of made my pictures really big and turned them into walls. So I would transform these spaces, and make them personal. But yeah, it's been probably 2 months. I found it and I'm like, okay, so it's been a month and a half now that I've been working on this infrastructure for my community.
A month and a half.
Yeah.
But you've been throwing parties in there.
Right, for 2 months. So 2 months.
While it was developing or?
Frick. Okay, so man, time flies. So we're in the 4th month, right? So we're in April? March,
of
April,
the year, yes.
May.
Yeah. Well, we're in May now, so
May.
we're going in 5th.
April, March, January, February, March, April. Okay, so it's been 3 months. So January, I find Twitter Spaces, Web3. February, I find the Metaverse. And I start building for a week or two. And then I'm like, yo, I'm performing in here every Wednesday. For that community I would meet up with in the Twitter Spaces, which is a quote unquote metaverse of its own. Okay. And I would meet up with these guys and I'm like, yo, I'm going to perform in here, every Wednesday because Meta Mike, he's a metaverse design, architect. He was like, hey, dude, I got this bar. Check out this warehouse. You can perform in here. So he was the one that showed me. And so I'm like, really? So he's like, here, tap in. So I clicked on the link. All of a sudden, I'm in my URL, my browser turns into a room, a warehouse. And he's like, yeah, dude, you could decorate it, do what you want, So I freaking went crazy. I put 300 pictures, bunch of stuff, and just started throwing events every Wednesday. And we've had up to 60 people come in and out during the whole thing. And then we've had up to 12 artists perform in one event. But sometimes we keep it 3. We're just kind of learning every time, We have a webcam as a Jumbotron, so you can see the artist really playing the guitar in Hawaii. And, Cam Ferguson, shout out to Cam Ferguson, he was playing. And then Ali Bianchi, she has her webcam. She's playing the piano in Seattle. And we're all in one little room that's a warehouse that you can talk. Everyone's talking in real time. And then I have Big Marks. She comes up and she kills the comedy. She does stand up. This girl, she's amazing. She's so funny.
So people since it's a large chat room, you can't talk to people individually, or
so they
I feel like people would be talking all over each other.
Right. So they have spatial audio. So you can turn it on and connect it with somebody.
Yeah, you mute the rest of the public.
But there's a spatial audio technology where you and me, if we go into that corner of the room, we're not going to hear the music or it's very dim, But if you and me get closer, we're both going to hear the music get louder and conversations.
Okay. So we can go somewhere intimate.
But usually people don't talk over music playing, unless it's a DJ.
Yeah. Well, if someone's performing, you won't be rude.
Yeah.
Right.
So if it's a DJ, people are yelling and stuff, and it's crazy. It's so much fun. All the antics, yeah, it's funny.
Well, that's dope. Dope Stilo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this seems very fascinating. I mean, you've been trying to get me to go do it. Yeah. I'm very intrigued, more interested now, and I want to have to go check it out to see what it's all about.
Yeah, dude. Spatial's a dope platform. It's free, it's easy, and it's just a place that you can have meetings with, and you can start making international business happen.
Yeah. How much time do you say you've been spending in the virtual?
So here's a cool thing. So I kind of use it as a new office. I have a recording lab, and then
you just have it on,
right?
And while you're working,
exactly.
Okay.
And then someone will come in, and I'll hear a bell, and then I'll greet them and meet someone from, Taiwan, and or Malaysia, and they'll be like, "Yeah, I'm a developer. I founded this app, Cyber Nerd Baby, and we do AR and Instagram, OpenSea. Everybody follows us." And they don't say it, but they're really humble and awesome individuals, because in this space, everybody's very humble and respectful. Yeah, respectful. And so then, I meet this guy. He comes in. I'm like, hey, how did you find my room? And sometimes it'll be on the Explorer page or
Yeah, how do people find it?
The Discord, it's usually only direct right now. They
they
don't have a social
It's only if
aspect.
someone like I know you, so I know
Right.
how to get there.
Yeah.
But how does some random person?
Yeah, they don't have a social aspect yet, like where you can like favorite rooms or like, add friends or whatever.
It's all about you just broadcasting on social media platforms so people know about it and
Right.
trying to get the word out. And they're like, oh, I want to check this out.
Yeah, and it's usually really intimate. Like usually everyone there knows each other. Like it's very intimate, or like there's someone new, but you kind of introduce them to the idea, and they're there to experience.
What is the audience size? Would you say roughly? Usually on a weekly
so
basis.
we've maxed out at like 30. The room maxes out at 50.
Oh, so it actually maxes out.
Yeah, at 50. But like Decentraland doesn't, But it's like very pixelated and stuff. Like this one, it's like Grand Theft Auto. It's like imagine Grand Theft Auto was like, hey, do you want to build like your own store or warehouse here? And like people can just come in.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. Like,
I think it'll be like that.
Speaking like Grand Theft Auto, there's probably going to be people doing crime. I mean, you already said like hacking and stuff, but like crime meaning like I'm going to steal your car.
Yeah.
I don't know how you could, but
Yeah, well, you can like lock your room, and then it's viewable only, and then you can unlock it and make it editable, like so people can move stuff. But it's cool, like you can work with people, like like I've been in my room.
and you can kick out people too.
Yeah, and I've been in my club, and like I've been working on one wall over here, putting up like a frame and a picture, and the concept and the QR codes, whatever. Or hyperlinks, metalinks, and then he's over here, like putting the couch and the DJ booth, and like making a stage look cool, and you're building a place for people to come. And then a week later, we have people come, and it's a success. And so it's pretty crazy what's going on, and it's amazing. My analytics, everything's just jumping up. I'm finally being heard. The music's dope, and it's cool.
Yeah, you make dope music.
Thanks, man.
So, I mean, before we wrap this up, you brought some music, and so we can give, the audience a little sample of what Dope Stilo is. And so you gave me a few beats, right?
Yeah.
And you're just going to perform over it, right?
Yeah, I'd love to perform some of my Latin singles.
All right. Which one should we do first?
We have Bonita.
Bonita? All right.
Yeah, and we have Feliz.
Feliz. All right, so we're going
Let's do it.
Bonita, pretty to
And happy.
happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Music up. Yeah. Music up. Yeah. Mamacita. Quédate ahí que te pinta. En mis manos, en mis manos, en mis manos, en mis manos tengo todo el sabor. Yo en la isla, qué positivo. En mi sueño de verte feliz con el sol, mi amor conmigo. Me quedo positivo en la posibilidad. Cuando la vida me encuentra en el piso, el amor me da sostenibilidad. Mamacita, quédate y que te pinta. Vamos a la luna, señorita. Vamos pa' la luna, mamacita. Con el sol, sí o no conmigo, sí. Te quiero feliz. Sí, ya ves. Ay, es nada más para adelante. So cree en mí. Ey, soy tu guapito guapo. Con el dinero que traigo. Y lo que me importa es tu mano. Y con el sol, sí o no conmigo, sí. Te quiero feliz. Yeah.
Yes. So that was
Feliz.
Feliz.
Yeah. I'm actually going to be minting that as an NFT tomorrow. So it's going to be available as an NFT, and it's going to be at Spotify in 2 weeks. So
Okay, so yeah, this will air a week from now. So
dope. Yeah, it'll be available.
yeah, the week after that. So
Yeah.
what would be the date?
So the NFT is available tomorrow, May 5th. And then it's going to be available on Spotify
2 weeks from there.
May 18th.
Okay, cool. Is that going to come with any Polaroids or?
Yeah. So they have just the NFT is going to be like it's like going to be like a trading song card. And I made like a gold, a silver, and a bronze. And there's
okay, you were explaining before.
Yeah, you can purchase any one of the three.
Cool. All right, so let's go on to the next song.
Yeah, so this is Bonita, and I made this in February. Both of these songs are brand new, and I made them this year, so let's rock.
All right.
Dope Stilo .shop. Hey.
Mira esa carita.
Ay, qué bonita. Mira esa chica. Mira qué rica. Su carita es tan bonita. Ey, ¿qué necesitas? ¿Matrimonio o algo para el día? Yo sabía que quería tú y yo ahí en la isla. Maravilla, no te agüitas. Tengo todo que tú necesitas. Mira el sol, qué bonita. Como tú, mi amor, qué bonita. Ven aquí cerquita. Mueve esa cinturita. Ahora dame un Medina. Tú y yo, mamacita, qué bonita. Mira esa carita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Mi mami tan bonita. Es lo que sea. Para mi gordita. Y sé que te paquilla. Natural sin maquilla. De otra manera no quería. Y estás sudando, mami. Te digo aquí de frente, mami, déjame que entre. Comunico puro con mi mente, comunico puro con mi gente. Sí, y te lo doy como siempre. Ahora dígame cómo te sientes. Sí, y yo nuevo presidente. Y tú juegas con mis lentes. Ahora dame un Medina. Tú y yo, mamacita, qué rica. Cómo pasa la línea. Mira qué bonita. Hace lo que quiere hasta Max con la visa. Hasta tu culo en Ibiza y tu timbales te pegó poquita. Linda. Mira qué bonita. Hey, qué bonita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Hey. Mi mami tan bonita. Es lo que sea. Para mi gordita. Y sé que te paquilla. Natural sin maquilla. De otra manera no quería. Y estás sonando, mamma mía. Hasta tu culo en Ibiza. Timbales te pego un poco. Yeah, Dash Radio, what up? Tastemakers, Z-Man, yeah. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Qué bonita. Yeah, what up, Zach?
Yeah, that's fun. That was I love the energy.
Dope.
Yes. Bonita.
Yeah, dude, it was a pleasure, bro. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yeah, I've been watching you do this thing for a couple of years, so great job. Stoked to be here and stoked we got to link up. Dope.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
It's at Dope Stilo. Yeah. Thank you. At Dope. So, yeah, thank you so much for inviting me. It's been a blast. I let the whole community on Twitter know about it. And we're just freaking killing it. We're having a blast. Everyone's really excited. So let me know how we can help support Tastemakers Radio and Dash Radio.
For sure. And then tell the audience where they can find you.
Yeah, basically go to dopestilo.shop. There's the whole metaverse in there. You can check out the recording lab. We have live streams, A&R, like beat sessions, collaborations. We have secret parties all the time. We have the house party where we do like a song-on-song format and just rotate all night. Soon there's going to be some fashion shows and metawear, a bunch to look forward to. So we're super excited for what's to come. Don't sleep on us. And, we're going to crack the top 10 on OpenSea soon. That's the goal. That's the goal.
Awesome.
Music NFTs for the win.
All right. Thank you, Dope Stilo.
Yeah. Thank you, Z-Man.
I'll see you in the metaverse.
Yeah, man. At Dope Stilo, at Stilo Music Group. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
You're listening to the Tastemakers
with Zebra and Jeebs
on Dash Radio.